My beloved child, at this very moment, as the evening shadows stretch across your world and the weight of this day settles upon your shoulders, I want you to pause everything you are doing and listen carefully to what I am about to tell you. There is a reason you are hearing these words right now. There is a divine purpose behind this encounter. You did not stumble upon this message by accident or coincidence. No, my precious one. I have orchestrated this moment specifically for you because there is something critical I need you to understand tonight. Your heart has been crying out to me, perhaps in words or perhaps in silent desperation. And I have heard every single prayer, every whispered plea, every tear that has fallen in the darkness when you thought no one was watching. I see you. I know you. And tonight I am answering you in a way that will transform everything you thought you knew about your situation. Before we go any further, I need you to do something for me. If you believe that God still speaks, if you believe that miracles are real, if you believe that your life can change starting from this very evening, I want you to reach out right now and press that like button as a declaration of your faith. Let it be your yes to heaven, your agreement with the divine intervention that is already in motion. And when you subscribe to this channel, you are not just following content, you are positioning yourself in a stream of prophetic words, daily encouragement, and supernatural breakthroughs that will continue to minister to your spirit every single day. This is not about numbers or algorithms. This is about building a community of believers who refuse to give up, who choose to stand on God's promises even when everything around them is shaking. So go ahead, like this video, subscribe to this channel, and let heaven know that you are ready to receive everything God has prepared for you. Now, let me take you somewhere profound this evening. Let me share with you what the Lord has been speaking over your life, what He has been preparing behind the scenes while you have been struggling through the valleys and the storms. You see, there is something happening in the spiritual realm right now that your natural eyes cannot perceive, but your spirit is about to discern it clearly. God has been watching the journey you have been on. He has witnessed every battle you have fought, every temptation you have resisted, every moment when you chose to keep believing, even though doubt was screaming louder than faith. And tonight, He wants you to know that your season is shifting. The chapter that has brought you so much pain, so much confusion, so much weariness is finally coming to an end, and a new beginning is emerging on the horizon of your destiny. I know what you have been going through. I know about the nights when sleep evaded you because worry consumed your mind. I know about the mornings when you woke up feeling empty, wondering if things would ever get better. I know about the relationships that broke your heart, the opportunities that slipped through your fingers, the dreams that seemed to die right before your eyes. I know about the financial pressures that have been suffocating you, making you question whether you will ever experience abundance and freedom. I know about the health challenges that have weakened your body and tested your faith. I know about the family conflicts that have torn apart the very foundations of what you thought was secure. I know about the loneliness that creeps in even when you are surrounded by people, that deep ache in your soul that longs for genuine connection and understanding. My child, I have not been distant or indifferent to your suffering. Every single moment of your pain has pierced my heart, because I love you with an everlasting love that cannot be measured or contained. But here is what I need you to grasp with absolute certainty tonight. Your trials have not been pointless. Your suffering has not been wasted. Every tear you have cried has been collected in my bottle. Every prayer you have prayed has been recorded in heaven. Every act of faith, no matter how small it seemed to you, has been noticed and honored by the divine council. You have been going through a process, a divine refinement that has been preparing you for something greater than you can currently imagine. The wilderness season you have been walking through has not been a punishment or a sign of my absence. It has been a classroom, a training ground where your character has been strengthened, your faith has been purified, and your dependence on me has been deepened. And now, after all you have endured, after all the lessons you have learned, after all the growth you have experienced, you are standing at the threshold of breakthrough. Let me tell you what I see when I look at you. I do not see your failures. I do not see your mistakes. I do not see your weaknesses or your shortcomings. I see my beloved child who has been clothed in my righteousness, covered by my grace, empowered by my spirit. I see someone who has been destined for greatness from before the foundation of the world. I see a warrior who has fought valiantly even when the battle seemed impossible to win. I see a worshiper whose praise has risen to my throne even in the midst of the storm. I see someone who is about to step into a dimension of blessing, favor, and supernatural provision that will leave you absolutely amazed. The enemy has been trying to convince you that you are disqualified, that you have missed your moment, that it is too late for your dreams to come true. But I am here tonight to demolish every lie that has taken root in your mind and to speak truth over your identity and your future. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are not abandoned. You are chosen, called, and anointed for such a time as this. The struggles you have faced have equipped you with wisdom, compassion, and resilience that will enable you to fulfill the assignment I have placed upon your life. The pain you have experienced has given you the ability to minister healing to others who are hurting. The mountains you have had to climb have strengthened your spiritual muscles so that you can now reach heights you never thought possible. Everything, my child, absolutely everything has been working together for your good because you love me and you are called according to my purpose. Not a single day has been wasted. Not a single experience has been meaningless. It has all been part of my master plan to bring you to this precise moment where heaven is ready to release what has been held in reserve for you. Tonight I want to speak to you about the power of divine timing. There have been prayers you have been praying for years, and you have wondered why the answer has been delayed. You have seen others receive their breakthroughs while you have continued to wait, and it has tested your faith and stirred questions in your heart. Why them and not me? Why now for others, but not yet for me? What am I doing wrong? My precious child, let me ease your troubled mind with this revelation. My timing is not determined by your calendar or your schedule. My timing is orchestrated by my perfect wisdom and my infinite knowledge of what is best for you. There have been seasons when you asked for something, and if I had given it to you in that moment, it would have actually harmed you rather than helped you. You were not ready. The people involved were not ready. The circumstances were not aligned. But I, in my omniscience, could see the entire picture, and I withheld my answer not because I did not love you, but precisely because I loved you too much to give you something prematurely that would have caused you pain. But now things are different. You have matured. You have grown. You have developed the character and the spiritual capacity to handle what I am about to release into your life. The delays have not been denials. The waiting has not been punishment. It has all been preparation for this appointed time when everything comes together in divine alignment. So tonight, I am telling you to lift up your head and open your eyes of faith because your moment has arrived. What you have been praying for is closer than you think. The breakthrough you have been believing for is at the door. The miracle you have been hoping for is about to manifest in ways that exceed your expectations. Get ready, my child. Get ready for sudden shifts. Get ready for unexpected blessings. Get ready for doors to open that no one can shut. Get ready for favor that defies logic and provision that comes from sources you never anticipated. There is something I want you to understand about the nature of my blessings. When I decide to move in your life, things happen quickly. What has taken years to develop can suddenly come to completion in a moment. Joseph went from the prison to the palace in a single day. Ruth went from gleaning leftover grain to becoming the wife of a wealthy landowner in a single season. Esther went from being an orphan to becoming a queen who saved her entire nation. Moses spent 40 years in the wilderness. But when the time came for deliverance, I parted the Red Sea in an instant. David was anointed as king years before he sat on the throne. But when his season arrived, everything shifted rapidly. Do you see the pattern? Do you understand what I am showing you? Your long season of preparation is about to yield a harvest of quick manifestations. Things that have been moving slowly are about to accelerate. Opportunities that seem distant are about to present themselves. People who can help you are about to cross your path. Resources that have been scarce are about to flow abundantly. This is your time. But I need you to position yourself correctly to receive what I am sending your way. You cannot enter into new levels of blessing while still holding on to old mindsets, old habits, old relationships that are weighing you down. There are some things you need to release. There are some attitudes you need to change. There are some behaviors you need to surrender. I am not saying this to condemn you, but to prepare you for what is coming. The blessing I am bringing will require more of you. It will demand a higher level of integrity, a deeper commitment to my word, a greater sensitivity to my spirit. You cannot carry yesterday's baggage into tomorrow's promise. So tonight, as you listen to these words, I want you to take inventory of your life. What have you been holding on to that I have been asking you to let go of? What grudges are you still nursing? What fears are you still entertaining? What distractions are you still allowing to consume your time and energy? It is time to clean house. It is time to remove the clutter. It is time to create space for the new thing I am doing. Forgiveness is essential, my child. I know there are people who have hurt you deeply, people who have betrayed your trust, people who have caused you pain that still aches when you think about it. And you have been justified in your anger, validated in your hurt feelings, but I am asking you tonight to make a choice that will set you free. Choose to forgive, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve the freedom that comes from releasing the burden of bitterness. Unforgiveness is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. It only harms you. It blocks my blessings. It creates walls in your heart that prevent my love from flowing freely. When you forgive, you are not saying that what they did was okay. You are simply saying that you are no longer going to allow their actions to have power over your peace and your future. You are placing them in my hands and trusting me to be the righteous judge. And when you do this, my child, you will feel a weight lift off your shoulders that you have been carrying for far too long. You will experience a lightness, a freedom, a joy that will prepare you to receive the abundance I am sending your way. Let me also speak to you about the power of gratitude in this season. It is easy to focus on what is wrong, what is missing, what has not happened yet. But I want you to shift your perspective and begin to thank me for what I have already done. Thank me for waking you up this morning when there are many who did not open their eyes. Thank me for the breath in your lungs, the ability to see and hear and move. Thank me for the food you ate today, the roof over your head, the clothes on your back. Thank me for the difficult seasons that built your character. Thank me for the closed doors that protected you from wrong paths. Thank me for the relationships that ended because they were making room for better ones. Thank me for your current circumstances, because even in the midst of challenges, I am working all things together for your good. When you cultivate a heart of gratitude, you create an atmosphere where miracles can flourish. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have been given. It reminds you of my faithfulness in the past, which strengthens your faith for the future. It opens your eyes to see my hand at work in every area of your life, even in the places where you thought I was absent. And now, let me share with you some specific things that I am releasing over your life starting from this very evening. First, I am releasing supernatural peace that surpasses all understanding. That anxiety that has been tormenting you, those racing thoughts that have been robbing you of sleep, that constant worry about tomorrow, I am displacing all of it with my peace. My peace is not dependent on your circumstances being perfect. My peace is not conditional upon everything working out exactly the way you planned. My peace is a divine gift that guards your heart and mind even in the midst of the storm. It is the calm that remains when everything around you is chaotic. It is the assurance that I am in control even when you do not understand what I am doing. Receive this peace tonight. Let it wash over you like a gentle wave. Let it settle deep into your spirit. And from this moment forward, refuse to allow anxiety to take root again. When worrisome thoughts come, and they will, immediately bring them to me in prayer and exchange them for my peace. Second, I am releasing divine wisdom and clarity over your life. You have been confused about certain decisions, uncertain about which direction to take, unclear about your next steps. But tonight, the fog is lifting. The confusion is dissipating. I am giving you a clear mind and sharp discernment to know what to do and when to do it. You will no longer be paralyzed by indecision. You will no longer be tormented by second-guessing yourself. When you need to make choices, my spirit will guide you. You will have an inner knowing, a peace about the right path, a confidence that comes from divine wisdom. Trust these promptings. Do not lean on your own understanding or rely solely on what makes logical sense to your natural mind. My ways are higher than your ways, and my thoughts are higher than your thoughts. Sometimes I will lead you in directions that seem counterintuitive, that go against conventional wisdom, that require you to step out in faith without seeing the entire staircase. But when you follow my leading, you will always end up exactly where you need to be. Third, I am releasing financial breakthrough and provision over your life. That situation that has been causing you stress, those bills that have been piling up, those needs that have seemed impossible to meet, I am stepping into the middle of all of it. I am the God who owns the cattle on 1,000 hills. I am the God who provides manna in the wilderness. I am the God who multiplies loaves and fishes. I am the God who makes a way where there seems to be no way. And I am about to demonstrate my provision in your life in ways that will astound you. Unexpected checks are going to arrive. Unexpected blessings are going to show up. People are going to be moved by my spirit to help you in ways they cannot explain. Debts that have been hanging over your head are going to be canceled. Income streams you never anticipated are going to open up. This is not about you working harder or striving more. This is about my supernatural intervention in your finances. But I also need you to be a good steward of what I provide. Honor me with your first fruits. Be generous with others. Do not hoard or cling to money out of fear. Trust that I will always take care of you and watch how I multiply the seeds you sow. Fourth, I am releasing healing and restoration over your body, your mind, and your emotions. Some of you have been battling sickness, chronic pain, physical limitations that have diminished your quality of life. Tonight, I am releasing my healing power. I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. The same Jesus who walked the streets of Galilee healing the sick, opening blind eyes, causing the lame to walk. That same Jesus is ministering to you right now through these words. Receive your healing. Speak to your body and command it to align with my will for wholeness and health. Reject the diagnosis that contradicts my word. Stand on my promises that declare by my stripes you are healed. For some of you, the healing will be instantaneous. For others, it will be progressive. But either way, believe that I am working in your body right now, restoring, renewing, regenerating every cell and every system. And for those who are battling mental and emotional struggles, depression, anxiety, trauma from the past, I am releasing healing in those areas as well. You do not have to carry the weight of emotional pain any longer. I am binding up your broken heart. I am restoring your joy. I am giving you beauty for ashes, the oil of gladness instead of mourning, the garment of praise instead of the spirit of heaviness. Fifth, I am releasing restoration in your relationships. Some of you have been dealing with broken families, estranged children, marriages that are hanging by a thread, friendships